Times are tough right now. Inflation, it's difficult to squeeze your dime to try to pay for anything anymore. Everything's so expensive. Not to mention, so many people on this channel are on a fixed income. And even if you're not, we can only devote so much money toward prepping. I have people all the time, by the way, incorrectly say that, oh, I don't have the money to prep. That's nonsense. Because this video is going to go through 11 things you don't need any money to prep. And being summer, it's the perfect time to take care of this. So take notes. 11 things right now you can do that cost nothing to prep and prepare. And some of this stuff is the most vital. Number one, take inventory, see what you do have. You'd be amazed how many things you have. If you don't have your stove working, maybe electric stove's out because the grid's down, what do you have to cook with? Take inventory of this, take stock of this, take stock of your food supplies and see how much you have. Write it down and look at the areas and note it down that I need to pick more of this or more of this. And of course, if you are stretched thin as far as finances go, maybe a little bit money coming in here and there's, maybe buy some rice and beans. That's some of the most inexpensive stuff. Number two, again, cost nothing, create some emergency plans. This is huge, and it doesn't require you to do anything except write down on a piece of paper. Maybe you have a bug out plan. I don't plan on bugging out. This is my castle, but nevertheless, I may have to. If there's a wildfire or if war's coming toward my house, I may have to. So what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? The woods is not an option, by the way. Cross that off, and you need to find an alternate location. I don't know what that is for you. It could be a friend's farm. Maybe you want to live in their barn. I don't know. But you had to get creative and figure this out. And also, you have to consider disasters in your area. I can't simply talk about, hey, by the way, you have to watch out for tornadoes when you're not in a tornado area, as an example. Always look at your disasters because those things may come into play. Number three, a go binder. It's not even just for bugging out, but having a binder that contains all these emergency action plans in there is a fantastic way to go. My plans are to show you how all this works once I've organized it together for you, but having checklists and scenarios in there, because when things do happen and it is chaotic, you don't usually think straight. And it'd be nice to be able to flip it over and say, oh, that's right, this is probably what we're going to do, because now you think about it ahead of time, and that time is right now. You don't need money to plan this stuff out. Number four, consolidate all your important documents. I mean, I could only list so many things, from bills to diplomas and birth certificates and marriage records. And there's so many things you could put together. Even if you compile them and put them in a manila envelope or something, that's great. If you have one of those fireproof, waterproof document bags, they're not going to stop at a major inferno, but it's a good place to keep it all. And that way it's all in one location in case you need to grab it and go. Next, you can easily turn off the breaker to your house. In fact, that's going to save you money because you won't be using electricity. See how you do without power for a day or 2 days or even a week. What you can do about that, you go camping in your home. I even give permission to have some s'mores to be able to enjoy this a little bit better. But those are things that you can do that don't cost anything. On that note, I would start to put together a fire starting kit. I love my kits. Every one person in my family has one, but it can have everything in there. I always look at backup alternate things, by the way. Have lighters. I love lighters. They're inexpensive. Waterproof matches, sure. Having some flint. I like steel wool with a battery. I have multiple ways, not to mention I put things in there like, some of the corrugated cardboard, that's like recyclable stuff, along with some wax or lint. All these things into one pack. A lot of the stuff you can find around your house. It may not cost you anything, but you put it into one pack. I actually sewed some bags that do this. In previous videos, I showed it, and maybe I'll talk about it again in the future. But these bags are amazing. It keeps everything in one location. And with my kids, I'll say, hey guys, we're going out to start a fire today, for a campfire, obviously, not like some kind of arson in our backwoods. And kids, time to get out your kit and go. And so I show them how to do it a couple of times. Then it's up to them to get it going after that, because there's no better experience than doing it. And that's what I challenge you to as well. With that, you need to get outside and practice. Stop thinking you need to be indoors all the time, especially just watching YouTube. YouTube is vital. Obviously, it has some amazing information, but the best information you're going to have is actually getting out there and trying it. Just go camping. Even if it's in your backyard, go for a hike, go for a walk. Learn to identify edible plants. All that stuff costs nothing. Get you in better shape. You feel good. You're outside. You are now becoming a better prepper. Practice with your first aid. And I'm not talking about like, oh, look, I put a Band-Aid on. That's not first aid. That's like, there's not really much of an infection with a Band-Aid, that type of cut anyway. It's more just kind of like for show. We're talking about like tourniquets, Israeli dressings. Practice CPR. You don't need anything to practice CPR. A pillow. Watch the videos, maybe take a course how to do it. and I'm working on a video series that helps you through all this as well. Is going to be vital for medical, because that's something that we all need to be improved upon and practice a lot. You need to print out resources. So in a disaster, you're not going to have internet. So print out resources like maybe some maps of your area, or even go down to your local, visitors bureau. They usually have maps anyway. Print out how-tos, print out guides. You watch a video and you're like, oh, I see how that works. But if you don't practice it, when it actually happens, you're like, I saw a video, but I can't remember how he did it. Does that ever happen to you? So you need to print out these resources so you have that available, because there may not be power or internet. In fact, they probably won't. Sharpen your knives and your tools. A knife is a fantastic thing, even just scissors. Do you take the time and sharpen them? I hope you do. Make sure you have just a cheap, inexpensive sharpener. They may not last forever, the cheap ones don't, but keeping your tools sharp will keep your mind sharp as well. And then finally, reconnect with your community. It's all about your community. Get your prepping friends and neighbors. Get your family who likes to prep as well. Don't try to talk some of your family into prepping, because I'm sure you've tried that before. It doesn't work very well. Go camping with them. Spend time outside with them. Just go for hikes with them. Go through plans with them. Brainstorm with them. And I've said this a few times. In fact, I said it recently. If you don't have a prepping community, get one. Go to your local farm store or library or gun store or camping store, any of that. They often have bulletin boards. Make a flyer and you organize it. You're the leader, by the way. You're the one that's the prepper. People are going to be looking to you when the disaster happens. Disasters happen all the time, so it's just a matter of time before it hits you guys too. So put a flyer up and said, we're meeting at the park on this day. You don't have to give them your real name or phone number or your address, none of that. We're going to meet at 3:00 at this park. Come, share stuff. If you want to teach something, we'll do that too. And you are the leader. You be the organizer for this. So listen, I don't ever want to hear, and you shouldn't ever want to hear this either, that I don't have the money to prep. Of course, it's not about money. Yeah, you need to buy food. You need to buy some gear on occasion. But there's so many things you could do, because it's the action plans that save your lives, not necessarily stockpiling food. Put all this stuff together now. Spend the beautiful summer to get this done, and that will make you the true prepper. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.